Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to come in with the Circles Topper Essentials. So we're going to use the stained glass florals and your porcelain. First of all, I'm going to use this large red rose here and the matching sentiment. And what I'm going to do is a twisted easel. So first of all, just get my scoreboard and just see which way we want that way, don't we? So I take it to there. And we'll just score that and then fold. And there's the basis of our card. So we can just get rid of that. So I've got my gold mirror and I've also taken a piece of this paper which is in the Do a Design paper pad. It's Radiant Roses and Delightful Dots. So you've got flowers on one side and the dots on another. You may need more than one piece, but we'll see how we go. So move that way out of the way for a minute. So we'll cut this to 6. By 6, so that'll be for the bottom. And then we'll do this 2 notches under the 6. And that will be our base. And then we need the triangle piece. So get rid of those. Don't think this is big enough, is it? Let's have a look. 6. No, that's not quite big enough. So let me just see if I've got another piece that's big enough. Don't think I have. No, so I'll just get another piece of mirror out. So we'll cut another 6 by 6. All those pieces to one side and go into the bit box. And then we'll do corner to corner. And then that will be our piece for on there. So then we need another piece of that paper. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. And we're going to use the dotty side this time. So again, we'll cut. We do 2 notches under the 6. By 2 notches under the 6. And then hopefully if we cut that, that will then fit onto there. Yeah, that's fine. So move that out of the way. I'll come back to that in a bit. So we'll start with putting this down on the bottom. Although I do it 6 by 6, it always needs chopping off a bit, hence why I put it down first. It's not, never quite full enough, just because of the crease of the card, I think. And then have that way, I think. So for this we'll use some tape because it's only paper. Pull that just the one off, because my trick is to lay it and then that way, if it does go wrong, we've only got one piece to pull off. So there's the bottom. So then that should be spot on, hopefully. So I'll glue that on. There we go. And then obviously we're going to use the dotty side this time, so put some tape into the corners. So. There we go. So there we are, and then we've got this to put on there. And then we've got the All My Love stopper. But what I was thinking is if we have another piece, cut a long piece across there and then put that on. I was thinking. So let's see. For that to go across there like so to, but only I'll cut it down, I don't want it that wide. Let's see what it looks like. So if we do it at 1, by 2 notches under the 6. See how that works. But then if we mat it on some mirror as well. Is that mirror? Yes, that would be. Let's have a look. So if that was 1, we want to go 2 notches over the 1. And that's 6, that's fine. And then if we were to put that like that, then we'll have You're My Love there. So you're still seeing this big rose. I might cut that a bit less actually. So if we go 3/4. So if we go 2 notches. Just don't know whether too much dots together, I think. Bear with me. Right, so what I've done, because I thought that was too overpowering to have the border, I've taken my circle dies and I've just cut out one in red, and I think we'll have that like that. I was going to do another one with the gold, but the border's really big on this one. For some reason the borders are massive, so when you cut them out to match these, so I just think that gold's too much. So we'll stick this on. And then we'll raise this up. So that'll help that sit like that. Might actually have to go up another one, I think, because these are quite small foam pads. Just to make sure it stays. So we'll double them up. And then we'll have that so it sits out there like that. And then again we'll raise this one up, but we don't need it all the way. So if we go on there. Actually, I wonder if we needed something more on there, you see, so if that was to go there and that was there. Yeah, I think we'll go with that actually. So if we stick this on, there. Because what I'll do is just cut the edges off. And just click roughly where we think we're going to put it. Straighten it up a bit. Definitely not straight. And just while that's drying, we'll sort this out. Let's see where we want that. About there. And then we can just chop off these edges now. Like so. So there's how it looks. Just need to scroll that down now. Like so. So that's like that, and then see what we've got gem wise. I think actually I might go with the pearls. I'm really loving these pearls. I've never had them before, and I always seem to gravitate to them now. So what we'll do is just do a spray of them. Like so, and then we'll do just a couple there. And there's our first card. So I'll just get set up for the second card. Right, so for the next card we're going to come in with the Your Porcelain one. And we're going to do a 7x5, but we're going to do it as a fold back. And we're also going to put a little strip over the front as well. So if I do that at, let's see, do it at 2. And then that's by 10. So I'll bring that back in the scoreboard. Don't need this for a moment. So for this one we'll score at 2.5. And then for this strip it'll be 2.5. Oops. And then at the 5. So then we'll fold that back. And then with these ones we'll fold them over. And then that will go like that. Whenever we decide to put it. So that's that done. So again, we'll move that out of the way. So let's see, so we're going to have that. The idea is we have it like that, and then if I take the topper out, that will sit on top of there. Hopefully, I've only got this left, so hopefully we've got enough to cover everything. So to start with, we'll do 2 notches under the 5 by 2 notches under the 7. So move things out of the way, getting overrun again. So that'll go in there. And I need some mirror that's 2.5 by 7, and that will go onto there. And we actually need a piece of mirror for the back, don't we, as well, so which I've forgotten about. Make sure it's big enough. So if we do, that, 2 notches, the inside, and then that piece will come down again. Let's see if we do a notch how much that will look. Yeah, I think that'll work. So we do a notch that way. That goes in there, like so. So we will have a little bit of a white border, which is fine. So that goes in there, and then does that my piece for so if we want a border, we want 2 notches by, so it was 2.5, so we want 2 notches for that part there. And then we go 3 notches by 3. Just a slight off there, I think. Just a very small piece. That's better. Let's just check that one again. Again, just see if we can get a slither off that. Not much. Same for that side as well. Just not quite showing for the gold. That's better. So there's that, and then we've got that one for the top. And then we need some pieces for this piece. So that's going that way, isn't it? So we need them for that. So we need, so that's a 5. So if we go 2 notches under the 5, and that was done at 2. So again, 2 notches. go on there. And then again 2.5 by 2. Got enough in this piece. 2 notches, 2.5 by 2. So again 2 notches under everything. And that'll be that piece there. And then we can do, that'll be the same. So, we say it was 2 notches under 2.5. I think it was 2 the other way, wasn't it? Yeah. 2 notches under 2. That should, so that's all those pieces for that. Where's that other one gone? Have I gone to cut it up? That's clever of me. I think I actually cut up the piece that I had, so let's see. That one's not long enough now, is it? So let me just get another piece out. I'm sure I've got some in here somewhere. See will that fit? No. There we go. So try again. So there's a piece of them, so that'll be 2 notches under the 5. By 2 notches under the 2. So that's all the gold bits for that. So then we want, if we have that one there, if we use this piece for this, so need some for this. So we've got 2 notches under the 5. So if we go 4 notches under the 5, and then 2, so 4 notches under the 2. And what was that? That was 4 notches under the 5. So there's that piece there. And then make sure I've got the right pieces here. So you've got a lot of gold pieces lying around everywhere. So that's almost the size for that one. So that's 4 notches under the 2.5. 4. That's that piece. And then, sorry, my memory's terrible. I have to keep reminding myself what it is. So 4 notches, 1, 2, 3, 4 under there. Is that, that's that. So then I want 4 notches under the 2 for that one. So I think that's all the cutting to be done, hopefully. I'm getting there. So if we bring the card back in, so that will be there. That will be there. and then this will go across there, and we'll have that will go on the inside, that will go on there, and then we've got that one, but we'll also bring in some other sentiment ones, and we've got this little pussycat one here as well, and then we've got birthday wishes. So let's see, move those bits out of the way at the minute because we just want to get where everything's going. So we could have that on there, that on there, maybe that up in that corner, like so. Just put all these pieces together. So let's start sticking everything down, and we know where we are. So bring in our glue, like so. I'd just like to thank everyone for your support. Really do appreciate it. I'm up to 90 subscribers now, so 10 more to go to get the 100, hopefully. So if you are new here and you do enjoy the videos, please think about subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And for everyone else that is already here and subscribed and watching my channel, thank you very much. Again, it's much appreciated. And thank you to everyone for your comments. Very positive, which is nice. So yeah, thank you everyone. Okay. And then I'm just using it because this is paper. I'm using the dotty tape runner just because I find the white glue tends to show through the paper, so you can see where you've put it. I'll put a bit more on this corner. So I'll either use tape or excuse me, or the tape runner. So we can put these on now. Again, we'll go back to my glue. Sorry if you can hear that outside. Bin day today, so a bit late today collecting. Around here we've just started having a food waste bin. So that started today as well. So another bin to put out. Although from what I could tell this morning, it didn't look like many people had put one out, so but it is the first week, so to see how it goes. Right, so that's there, and then that's going to stick on there. Just want to make sure that but we'll put these panels on first before we stick it on. I had trouble figuring out these type of cards with this little flap that goes over, and was watching Crafty Calamity. And she did it a way in that it was so easy to figure out how to cut the panel, because I was just trying to wing it at most times. But the fact that if you've got that, basically you score where you've scored them and then just switch it over and it fits. When you think about it, it's so simple. But until you actually see it, I think I'll be able to do a lot more of these cards now. Right, so I think what we'll do with this one, we'll put some tape on. So that's for that bit, and then we need some for this bit as well. So take those off. So we'll put that on so we know where that's going. So if we place that down there, oops, like so, and then we can just take that off there, and then if we just fold that, and there we have that. So then we can now start decorating with the toppers. So yeah, we'll have that one there, that one there. I'm thinking the best wish is up there, and then we might get some gems in. So for this one, I think I'll leave it flat. So we only need glue on this side. I'm getting to the end of my glue. Just make sure that's straight, like so. So then, oops, make sure she's straight. That's that. And then what we'll do, we'll raise up the birthday wishes. Just bear with me a sec. So I've put the foam pads on that one, and then we'll stick that there, and then we can actually come in with the same colours, couldn't we? Let's have a look. We could come in with these great coloured ones actually. So let's see. And then if we do one up there and one down there, yeah, that works. So then that will stand like that, and that's how it looks. So we'll bring the other card back in. there's our twisted easel, and then we have the fold back. So thank you very much for watching. As I say, thank you for the support, I do appreciate it, and hope to see you in another video. Take care, bye.